Hello, welcome to Embedded Systems Technology for Beginners. If this is your first time of visiting this channel, please like, subscribe, and also share. So we are going to take our lesson from here. That is Embedded Systems Technology for Beginners. For those who are new to embedded systems. So we are going to take a look at what embedded systems technology is. So embedded systems technology refers to the design, development, and implementation of specialized computing systems that are enabled within larger or small electronic or electrical or electronic or electromechanical or other systems to perform dedicated functions. So that's all what is the technology is all about. Then what is really embedded systems itself? So embedded systems is a dedicated computing system designed to perform specific tasks within a larger or small mechanical or electronic system. So what are the examples of embedded systems? Examples of embedded systems are mobile phones, DVD players, LCD TVs, digital clock, ATM, POS machine, audio CD player, MP3 player, IR remote controls, fingerprint scanner, electronic doorbell, electronic children toys, CCTV camera proximity, security alarm system, musical keyboard, piano, modern automobiles, airplanes, trains, GPS trackers, and lots more. So in simple terms, embedded system is simply computer software plus electronics and other hardware. So your computer software that we develop is a firmware. As regards to embedded systems, we refer to the software we develop for embedded systems as firmware. That is the software that stays in the hardware, inside the hardware for the purpose of making the hardware functional to carry out the dedicated tasks. And then the electronics and other hardware include microcontrollers, microprocessors, sensors, actuators, and communication devices. So let's take a look at characteristics of embedded systems. Dedicated functionality. So dedicated functionality. That is, they are designed for specific tasks. Example, controlling an industrial machine, a microwave, managing car engine. So every embedded system has a dedicated function. For example, if you look at this is a USB computer sound card. This is also an example of embedded systems. We also have other systems like what I have here. Uh, Here is MP3 player. Here is an MP3 player. As you can see it, this is MP3 player. So this is also an example of embedded system. Then we also have here some other systems like your digital multimeter, which is also an embedded system. So there are numerous, there are so many of them. So every embedded system is designed for a particular purpose. For example, your MP3 player is designed to convert digital audio stored in the memory back to analog, sent to amplifier, play it, and then you hear it. So it's been designed for that particular function. So that's what I mean by the dedicated functionality. Then real-time operation. Many embedded systems require real-time process. Example, medical devices, automotive control. It means as you are sending signals, it is responding to the signals. You understand? So that's what I mean by real-time operation. For example, you are taking a reading from your using your voltmeter. At that moment, you are seeing the output displayed on the screen. Then we also have the resource constraint, limited processing power, memory, and energy, especially in battery-operated devices. So, for example, what I'm having here, this is a wireless microphone that you see here. It so it is a wireless microphone that you see here. There is a small computer system in here that has a very small memory. You understand? So the memory is very small now compared to our general purpose computer. So, because this is battery operated, you understand? So very small. So it has some limited storage. So you see that was made by our resource constraints. Then low power consumption, just like compared to our general purpose computer, like this here, small battery in here, portable, you can move around with it, and it could stay for a very long time. You understand? So the low power consumption. Then reliability and stability, must operate continuously without failure. For example, industrial machines, aerospace systems, like for example our traffic light systems, when they are powered, they must operate continuously without failure. So you see. So yeah, let's take a look at the components of embedded systems. So yeah, components, the processor. Here we have microcontroller, for example, ARM. So here this is a ARM microcontroller that I'm having here. Then we also have PIC, we also have AVR. Here, this is an AVR microcontroller we have here at Mega328. Then we have a ESP32. Here, here I have ESP32. Then we have a ESP8266. Here I have a here I'm having an ESP8266. So what we have here is a ESP8266. So all these are the microcontrollers. Then we also have microprocessor. Example, your x86 chips, your RISC-V chips. Then we have memory, flash memory for firmware. For example, this has 32 kilobytes of flash memory for storing the firmware. The software we put in here is referred to as what? Firmware. Then we also have RAM. These also have RAM, you need random access memory for temporary data storage. Then we also have the EEPROM memory, electrically erasable, programmable. Oh, this there's an error. Yeah, there's supposed to be PEEPROM. So that's a electrically erasable programmable ROM read-only memory. So we also have an EEPROM memory here that is 1 kilobyte. So it's to store settings. So you can see. Then we have the I/O interfaces, or GPIOs. IOs. To the GPIOs, they are connected to the microcontroller pins that we have here. Though these are Arduino Uno board. So the GPIOs, you can see them. The ADC, the analog to digital converters. So you see them here. So your UART, UART stands for Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. Your serial port, like what we have here, is your serial port, USB to serial port on this. Then we have I2C. So we have all this on this board. Then we also have some that have Ethernet connection. You understand? So these are the I/O interfaces. Then we also have sensors and actuators. Sensors on the input side, while the actuators on the output side. So uh, temperature sensor, an example, is a sensor. Your motor is an actuator. At the output side, you can use the motor to rotate, produce some mechanical movement. Then we have LCD also as the output, accelerometer also as a sensor. Then we have RTOS, means real-time operating system. This is optional. For example, we have free RTOS, we have Zephy, we have VxWorks for multitasking and scheduling. Then we have power supply. Now, your systems need to be power supply. There is no system you design without power supply. So, like for example, battery, voltage regulator, energy harvesting, solar, RF. So, let's take a look at what are the things you need in order to do embedded systems. What are the things you need? So all this you see here are the things, as if you want to go into embedded systems, you will need them. Number one, of it, you must have your personal computer. You have your personal computer. So what we have here is Arduino Uno. This is the second thing you need to have after your personal computer. You understand? Your personal computer. This is one of them that you need. This very popular Arduino Uno. You understand? So as you grow along, others will also come in. Yes, expanding your knowledge. We have here ESP8266 for Wi-Fi connectivity. Then you can also go. What we have here, this is ESP32. This ESP32, it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Then this is Arduino Mega. So these are some of the things you can lay your hands, and then you need to have a breadboard to assemble other devices, like you have the LEDs, resistors, push button, and other sensors and devices that you will need. So far as a starter in embedded systems, this is what I would recommend you should try and get. This is Arduino Uno. You understand? You can start with this. This is Arduino Uno. You understand? This is Arduino Uno. And your breadboard, your computer with the required software. This is where you start from. Then the next thing, textbooks. You need to have books that you can lay your hands on. So this video is just an introduction. Just an introduction to what embedded system is. So this video is just an introduction to what embedded system is. So in our next video, we're going to start proper how to learn embedded systems, and then what can we be able to do with embedded system after learning it. Now, the essence of learning technology is to create something to assist man to make life easier, or also to solve a problem. So all these are things, are microcontroller boards you need to learn embedded systems. So for the beginners, so embedded system is just simply telling this microcontroller here what to do. Or I can simply say embedded system is transferring what you are thinking in your brain to the brain of this microcontroller. Here we have CPU, we have RAM, ROM, and everything you have on your personal computer. We have them here. So this is a special purpose computer. These are special purpose computers. So these are the items you need in order to learn embedded systems. You understand? So these are Arduino Mega, ESP32, and this one, the most popular one, Arduino Uno, so which is what I would recommend you start with. There's a smaller version of this Arduino Nano that's just like this small, this LGT. The Nano is just like this, exactly like this, which you can plug it straight to your breadboard. So either you get the Arduino Nano or you get the Arduino Uno, or whichever one you lay hands on this Arduino Mega, you can get them. But the most important thing, at least have a microcontroller programming board. You understand? So this is just like I said, this is just an introductory lesson, not a full lesson on embedded systems. So in our next video for embedded systems technology for beginners, we are going to start really fully what really this embedded system, what we can be able to do with embedded systems. So prepare yourself for our next video. We're going to start with the programming, how we set up the software on your computer. You understand? So at this time, I will allow you guys, so those of you that are beginners that you want to learn, please go and try and get this, so that in our next class we're going to start off. Get this. The most important thing is just get this Arduino Uno, your breadboard, your LEDs, 330 ohms resistors, push buttons, polarized and non-polarized capacitors. So these are what I advise you to get. You understand? Like what you are seeing here, so that we'll prepare yourself, so that we'll start along programming. So if you look at everything here, I want you to get everything that you are seeing on this. This is a breadboard. This is called a breadboard. It means you can construct your circuit temporarily here. You understand? So you get a breadboard and your Arduino Uno or Nano. Then your 5-volt regulator 7805, your diode 1N4007, your buzzer 5-volt or 3.3-volt buzzer, your NPN transistor C945 1K resistor, LEDs of different colors, various colors of LEDs, red, yellow, green, blue, white, then 330 ohms resistors, potentiometer of 10K, push buttons, capacitor, polarized capacitor 1000 microfarad 10 volts, non-polarized capacitor 100 nanofarad, then 5.1 volt Zener diode, then your jumper wires. You understand? You can also get an infrared remote sensor. So just for the beginners, these is just the basic things you need. These are just the basic things you need. So get this ready, so that our next class, if you are buying your board, make sure you buy it along with your USB cable, depending on the type of port. For example, if you are getting this, make sure you get your USB cable for this type of port. If you are getting this, if this is type C, make sure your data cable is type C. And then go to the website, download the Arduino IDE 1.8, and don't download 2.0, download 1.8 or 1.9 version. That's the legacy version. You download it so that we will all start along. So I will give you enough time to get your hardware ready, so that we'll start our embedded system class in full. So as you have been introduced to what embedded system is, you have a little idea of what embedded system is now. So please invite others, share this video so that others can also learn with you. And also make sure, don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. So thank you. See you in our next video.